Hi, everyone, and welcome to ICBA's Daily News for today, Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. I'm Jordan Bateman. I'm the Vice President of Communications for the Independent Contractors and Businesses Association, and I have three headlines I'm going to bring to you today. One on the 2024 housing market, one on some predictions for Alberta, and one on the importance of LNG, liquefied natural gas, to Indigenous communities. For links to sources, as always, please visit www.icbaindependent.ca. That's where we post the media links, because we can't post them here on Facebook because of the Trudeau government's foolish online news act. All right, story number one. Canadians should brace for a slow housing market this spring. As the interest rate hikes and economic downturn continue to take their toll, that's according to our friends at Desjardins Economics. It's also showing that housing starts will fall, and that's the last thing we need in an affordability crisis. Quoting Desjardins here, quote, "The economic downturn that we expect to materialize as 2024 approaches should also put downward pressure on sales and prices. We still anticipate that more interest rate sensitive economies like Ontario and British Columbia will feel those effects most deeply, contributing to more significant increases in those provinces' unemployment rates." Yikes. The yikes is mine, not Desjardins. Economists don't like to put yikes into briefing documents. That said, Alberta was cited as having the best chance to buck this trend, which brings us to story number two, also from Desjardins, who made some predictions about Alberta, specifically their winter fiscal update that's about to come through from the United Conservative Party government there, and then what may happen in 2024. Much sunnier outlook than in British Columbia. Desjardins says economic activity from tax cuts, a modest increase in oil prices, and population growth will make sure Alberta stays in surplus. The bottom line, says Desjardins, quote, "Alberta's public finances look likely to avoid the downgrades we've seen in some other provinces this fall update season. Moreover, there's both tremendous opportunity and new risk from the strong population growth observed over the past several quarters," unquote. This is that Alberta is Calling campaign that's been so successful in drawing people to Alberta, and young families moving to Alberta as well in order to take advantage of, I'm not going to say low housing prices, but slightly lower than the rest of the country housing prices. All right, finally, our third story. It's actually an opinion piece written by Karen Ogen. She's a former elected Wet'suwet'en chief councillor, and she wrote in Business in Vancouver this week that pipeline construction is an important step forward for Indigenous communities. Quote, "Coastal GasLink and LNG Canada have provided a platform for others to build on. They have also set the stage for communities like mine, the Wet'suwet'en First Nation, which has gained procurement, jobs, and revenue benefits, the Haisla Nation, which is advancing Cedar LNG, the first Indigenous majority-owned LNG project in the world, and the Nisga'a Nation, which is advancing the Ksi Lisims project in its territory. Projects that represent Indigenous self-determination are leading to Indigenous communities reclaiming their rightful place in the world, securing their language and culture, and bringing prosperity to their people," unquote. And it's more than just bringing prosperity to Indigenous people. These pipeline projects, the Canadian oil and gas industry brings economic benefit and prosperity to all Canadians. We all benefit from a stronger economy. That's why it's such a win-win for everyone, and why groups like ICBA are so proud to support the liquefied natural gas industry in British Columbia, and people like Karen, who've done a lot of work steering people clear, educating people away from some of these scare tactics put out by knee-jerk American-funded environmentalists, and instead, taking the advice, trusting the knowledge and expertise of proud Canadians who are producing the cleanest natural gas in the world and helping to get major coal-using economies off of coal and onto cleaner natural gas. Win, 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 every way you look at it. We need more LNG in British Columbia and in Canada, and hopefully people like Karen can help lead the way. All right, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another ICBA news update.